r/AskReddit by Keyboard Warrior comments. What was a huge trend that everyone forgot about? That era during the 2000s/early 2010s when every popular song got an Alvin and the Chipmunks cover. Still can't believe we survived that. Farmville. All of my aunts let their young children create Facebook accounts just so they could send themselves gifts through them. My Facebook feed used to be full of pictures of everyone's farms. The California Raisins were freaking huge for about a year, like 1988 or 1989. I heard it through the grapevine, as performed by the Raisins, was on the radio, and Hardee's did a promotional thing with their kids' meals where you got these cool little figurines of the members playing their respective instruments. I had quite a few of them. In the 1950s there was a fad that was teens seeing how many of themselves they could stuff into a phone booth. In the early 2000s, my brother and his friends found a phone booth at the dump and brought it to my parents' house. They used it for all kinds of shenanigans, including cramming people in, while they were in high school. It was the highlight of the decor of his first apartment. I think one of his roommates took it when they moved out. When I started college in the mid-2000s, almost everyone had a Blackberry, the Crackberry era. We'd be messaging each other on BBM all the time and all that ish. By senior year those phones weren't even a passing thought on our minds. It's impressive how quickly it changed. And all the phones you could slide out a full-size keyboard. It felt like such an upgrade not to have clicked a button several times for one letter, though I did get super quick at texting using them and felt so accomplished I could do it without looking down. This and razor phones. Those rubber bracelets teenagers would wear that apparently had to do with sex. I hope someone knows what I'm talking about. If you grabbed a girl's black bracelet and broke it, supposedly she was supposed to have sex with you. The different colors meant different things. Oh, in my school it meant you did everything. Even butt stuff. Waterbeds. Watching media from the 80s and you'd think they were in every home. My parents still have one and have slept on that same one longer than I've been alive, 31 years. They last a long ass time if you take care of them. Ed Hardy clothes. I went to Vegas for a bachelorette party in 2007 and there was an Ed Hardy convention at Caesar's Palace. I issue not, thousands of guys looking like Jersey Shore. AOL chat rooms with strangers and the teen chat. Also, AIM and putting up intricate away messages that included your friends and googling AIM away message templates and ish. Damn. I feel old as F now. Y'all remember the Sidekick with AIM pre-installed? I remember seeing how long my crush had been away from his computer and imagining all of the amazing things he could be doing. Those bracelets that made you more stable/balanced or pulled toxins out of your wrist. Power balance bands. I remember when all the cool kids at my school had those. There was this kid at my school who claimed that it made him run faster. Those sticky rubber strings with a foot or hand on and you put it on your finger like a ring and throw the foot or hand at a wall and it would stick. You could get them from 20p machines in the early 2000s. And then they immediately get all dirty and hairy and gross. Rainbow loom. Everyone had like a gazillion different little rubber bands. I still find them around my house. Oh god, I worked at Michael's when these first hit the market and people went bananas. They were super strict about how many each store could get, when they could be on the floor, never using coupons on them, and naturally by the time supply caught up with demand the trend was dying and we couldn't get rid of them. Personalized ringtones. I rarely hear anyone with custom ringtones now. Bluetooth earpiece for calls. I use customized ringtones for each family member. Then again I'm old. Ditto. When I'm working, construction, I want to know if I let it go to voicemail or if it's a text I really need to read ASAP. Being older, I'm gonna go with Cabbage Patch Kids. I remember seeing moms about to brawl with each other over those damn things. Remember, each doll was different, so it wasn't just grabbing one off the shelf and being satisfied that you got one. People wanted to pick through every one on the shelf and find the one they liked the best. If two women saw the same one at the same time, oh boy, here we go. Yeah, my sister had some Cabbage Patch dolls. I remember they had Xavier Roberts stenciled on their butt cheeks. What about Pound Puppies? Or Popples, LOL. Tramp Stamps, if you were around 18 between 1998 to 2004. Source, graduated high school in 2001, and have a butterfly on my lower back. The Germans call them Arschgeweih or ass antlers, which is the most fitting name ever. In Hungary it is Ribbenkrenzum, which translates to a bitch's number plate. However, I love the German too, and the fact that this has so many funny names. There's no better testament that humanity should be unified than knowing there's a word for tramp stamp in other languages. Barrettes and baby bangs. You'll remember those little plastic butterfly clips from the 90s. Remember the metal ones that had little springs under the wings so they would flap when you moved your head? I used to pull my hair back in a messy bun and then pin like 100 of those things all over my head, like a effing display rack in a Claire's. Shudder. Neopets. 10-year-old me pretended to be sick so I could stay home and grab some limited edition Neopet once. I miss the days when I would be excited for each day to harvest the daily free omelette and free jelly. I miss refreshing the pound in hopes of a painted pet. And then after a billion refreshes you see one, click on it, and turns out someone clicked before you. Inflatable furniture was all the rage in the 90s. My sister and I got an inflatable couch for Christmas. The basement flooded that year and we used it to float around down there. It was awesome. We all float down here. You'll float too. Those weird hoverboard things from 2015. My kids still love their hoverboards and so do their friends. I occasionally see them on the campus I work at too, although electric scooters have become more normal. I hate how they called them hoverboards. It doesn't effing hover. From a 90s early 2000s perspective as a girl. Scarves as belts. Glittery scarves. Bandanas. Peg/paper clips as earrings. Flare jeans. Leopard print meant you were cool. Screensavers on brick phones. Bluetoothing them to friends. SingStar at sleepovers. Joke books. The stress of LimeWire. Hilary Duff and Mary-Kate and Ashley themed movies/clothes/makeup. May those trends rest in peace and never come back. LimeWire was basically unprotected sex with the internet. Hammer pants, hypercolor shirts, wrist slappers, Tickle Me Elmo, Furbies, Tamagotchis, shirts with Looney Tunes characters. Shirts with gangster Looney Tunes. Tough kids at my middle school all had those. Daffy Duck with iced out hands and a Glock looking at a Bugs Bunny with brass knuckles. Pokemon Go playing with thousands of people in Central Park in the first few weeks was amazing. Everyone walking around like actual trainers asking each other where they got such and such Pokemon was crazy. I lived in an apartment complex that had a nice park and walking trail when Pokemon Go came out. I used to go on walks every day at the trail, and when the game released, I saw so many people out and about playing it. It was exciting to see them, and I remember I just could not stop smiling about it. I live in a college town, and we all accidentally took back the night. There were just so many people out that these public places, often inhabited by shady characters trying to look intimidating, were just flooded with people in mixed pajamas and day clothes politely socializing while playing. Silly bands. I know a guy who ordered a huge shipment of silly bands with the intention of reselling them, and by the time he got them the fad was already over. Like that guy that ordered something like 1,000 fidget spinners. Fidget spinners, planking, mannequin challenge, Harlem shake, any meme older than 2 weeks. company where I live recently gave away over 100,000 fidget spinners. Apparently they weren't selling anymore at all and were just taking up space in their warehouse. They still made an absolute killing on the ones they did sell though. Even my cat doesn't play with his anymore. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.